Hey guys, welcome back to Minecraft. I'm trying to get through this stuff a bit fast now because trust me, I do some cool stuff later. Problem is, I need to get through all the sold footage first to get to any of it. Anyways, I don't have much to say, I'm just going to start the video. We start this video off with mining. It's probably running low on iron or something like that. At some point, I found a mine shaft, and that was pretty nice. I ended up finding an underground cabin, but the cave tablets inside were to a cave I could already get to, so it's pretty close to me. Took a break from mining to breed the desert villagers. I'm going to need a couple of them for some things I've planned. I also brought my furnaces back inside. I ran out of coal phase a while ago, and they've just been sitting here. I also got a new armor, because the part of mine had broke a while ago, so it was needing replaced. And I'm back to mining. Spoilers, this one doesn't go too well. I finally figured out how to turn on glowing ores with my shader pack. It looks nice, but I'm gonna be real, I turned it on to have an easier time finding diamonds. And then I die. By the time I got back, literally everything I had despawned. You can see me contemplating everything in this pause menu. I can't believe I need to get everything again because some bullshit ass mob. I'm still pissed about that mob even to today. I could have made this a huge montage of building everything back up, but instead I'm just going to quickly skim over everything I did. Got my armor back with my leftover iron. I made a resistor shield because I lost my Galena gauntlet. I had to get XP for the next 50 years. Enchanting, experience, enchanting again, flying for diamond, mining, XP again, enchanting my pickaxe again, trading, profits, and now I'd say I'm back to where I was at before I died. For reference, this all took me about 3 hours. I'm renaming my desert village to Emerald City and pause. I want to build a lot of things here, but I want suggestions from you guys on what I should build in here. Because I decided that I don't particularly want to just build up the Hello Neighbor house infinitely anymore, why don't you guys tell me in the comments or my Discord server, link in the description, what I should build in Emerald City. With enough suggestions, this place could look pretty cool. I will say though, that it will take a couple of episodes to even get to any suggested builds being built in here, but the earlier you suggest, the more likely it is I'll build your suggestion. Alright, back to the video. I want to get some more villagers into the office. I need profits, I don't have enough villagers in here for it. The plan is this netherrack should stop the villagers from being pushed out of their spots, making it much easier to trap them. I've got to collect my harvest first though. The farm still isn't finished, so I'm planting the rest of the sugarcane there. I made some emeralds. One of my cartographers don't take glass and instead trade for treasure maps. This will not do. I'm starting on the next side of villagers. Shouldn't take too long to set up. And I got all the villagers in there, so I can finally get rid of this reel. I just sat at the top of the office pondering random crate items and getting very scared thinking about trying to make anything with it. And we're back to enchanting. I need good enchantments on my sword this time. I tried to remove the murmur, the mob that killed me earlier with the config, and somehow fucked it up. So now a bunch of them are showing up in the primordial caves. I went to go try to fix this instantly. I literally couldn't get it to not spawn with spawn chances and whatnot, so I stopped them from spawning entirely by changing the highest Y level they can spawn at to negative 64, aka the bedrock layer. Anyways, ended up dying again while mining. This one was close to my base though, so I wasn't too. Finally, after all these years, I got full diamond armor. I also upgraded my furnaces, I guess. The librarians I have are good, but I'm going to absolutely get more, so I'm going to create a lower layer in the trading hall to fit more villagers. Before I do any of that though, I once again need to increase the storage on the magnetic quarry. Alright, back to mining this room out. While I was mining at the lower section, I came across a tiny cave. The cave was flooded, so you're going to see me explode this anytime soon. And back to excavating And building. Just about finishing it now. Should be ready for the villagers. Hey buddy, have fun. This last bit of sunlight you're gonna see. Time for the worst part about librarians. I get decent books for trade. I got bored of that and decided to scare myself with free again. Seeing some of this stuff gives me an idea though, especially with these redstone links and mechanical pistons. But you'll have to wait a minute for that. Alright, back to the villagers. I managed to get protection 4 for an absolutely catastrophically high price, but I'll take it. Alright, I'm going to build a room for my portals. They've just been sitting out in the open and I want to do something about that. So I'm digging out a large room under my base. Alright, spoilers for my plan. I'm going to have each portal on either side of the room, and each side is going to look like that portal's respective dimension. And now I need to go to the air and nether for materials. Do you see that? The gumworm. I know I should be finishing the portal room, but I decided now's the time for me to try and fuck about with create mod. I was trying to create andesite casing the wrong way here. You need to do it on stripped logs and not planks. Uh-oh, I'm pondering shit again. The redstone links in a transmitter, but that needs copper sheets. And copper sheets require me to press copper ingots. So I'm going to have to construct a machine to press copper ingots for me. Planning an area out behind my base I will put machinery at. This was the only bucket of water I had on me. As you can see, I did try to get the catfish out, but I couldn't. I ended up forgetting about him for a while, by the way. As you could probably tell, I have no idea what I'm doing. I had to go get kelp so I can make conveyors, but this is slowly coming together. So hypothetically, you should take copper from this chest, press it into sheets, and then deposit it into the other chest. As you can see, it is slow as hell, but it works. So I'm not complaining. Now I'm back to the portal room to get these mechanical pistons set up. I want to have it so part of my floor moves down, taking you to the portal room. I'm just trying to figure out how they work right here, and I ended up getting a hidden achievement, which I didn't even know existed, so like, cool I guess. As you can see, I don't know how anything works still. It's slime balls to make the mechanical pistons sticky. I'm in the swamp waiting for slimes. While over here, I tamed a mantis shrimp. I had to give it a bucket of water so it could live outside the river. Took a while for slimes to spawn. They can only spawn during specific moon phase or something like that. I got the slime balls I needed, so whatever. As you can see, trying to set this up was going very well. Somehow I made each half go in opposite directions. I still hadn't applied the slime balls, and there's just some floating stone at the top. As you can see, I still don't know what I'm doing. Looking at this now, I'm pretty sure I know the problem, but I figure it out eventually. Eventually, I managed to get it to extend the pistons all the way up to the top. And then while at the top, I could get it to go back down. But after that, the lever at the bottom wouldn't do anything. So I guess I got a pillar out. I managed to get the elevator moving again, but forgot to remove the pillar, which ended up pushing my wall. Yeah, I almost forgot to get my mantis shrimp in here. I tried to build a redstone circuit that should have fixed all my problems. Spoilers, it never worked. Now I'm gathering materials again to actually build the portal room. While I'm up here, I'm going to get rid of some of the stone. The problem I've been having for a while that you can hear is a lot of random mobs getting in my car, so I'm going to build a garage. Doesn't need to be anything crazy, just go dig out a room here and build it in here. And get actual garage doors with one of the many mods I have, which was partially the reason I even wanted to build this. I'm going to go with quartz for the garage. All my XP grinding I do leaves me a lot of spare quartz. And it's done. I just need to move some stuff in here. Anyways, I'm building the portal room now, but also I could just skip over it. I think it looks alright. I replace the torches with glowstone, it just looks better. Okay, time to build another thing. With the number of animals I have, and I'm going to have, I decided I wanted to build somewhere to keep them all. Somewhere big. I'm building a barn. The quadcopter is very helpful for this, allowing me to place the whiteboard easily. My garage and trading hall are really close to one another, so I just decided to connect the both of them. It allows for easier access to the villagers, so like it's a win-win. I think it's time I hatched these dino eggs from the last video. They hatch faster on these leaves, so I got some to speed up the process. First the Valen Raptors hatch, then the Tremosaurs, and finally the Subpteranodons. Thinking about pets, I decided I could go out and get some more, so I went and got some dogs. I also discovered that you can tame grizzly bears. You need to have them raid a hive for honey, then feed them salmon. The bees made this process difficult. They kept pushing the bear away from the salmon. Took a while, but eventually I tamed the bear. I also decided to tame the other bear here. I don't see why not. I brought my car over here and had to take it back slow so I wouldn't accidentally run over my bear. Put another cat near my house and tamed it too. Next on my list of pets to tame was a flower. You can find them in lush caves and they're tamed with flowers, but they only take each flower type once, seeming to bring a variety. I did end up finding one, and this guy took 7 flowers to tame. You can put them in pots and that allows you to pick them up, so getting these home shouldn't be too hard. Before I left the cave, I got another flower. This one took less flowers than the first. I don't know what was up with that one. Finally back at the barn, I left the flowers in. I also moved the pot from one of them, because why not? Yeah, I upgraded my furnaces again. Should make glass production much faster. While trying to get trades of a villager, I accidentally hit him and he raised all of his prices. So I introduced him to Frank. And I think that is the perfect way to end this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you for the next one. Goodbye.